Hi, everyone. I'm Christine Gritmon. This is my weekly Facebook Live show, Social, where I talk about social media with someone who uses it professionally. It's often a fellow social media professional, but sometimes I'm with a small business owner, just as I am today. And Nicole, introduce yourself while I provide the new link because we had some technical difficulties today.
Sure. So my name is Nicole Mata. I just opened Daydreamer Studio, which is in Cross River, New York.
Where is Cross River?
So that is in northern Westchester. We are at 792 Route 35. We are a creative space offering workshops and seminars, and on Tuesdays, open studio space for people to come to create, people to work or read or just gather with friends.
And it's so cute.
Thank you. It's been a labor of love, but a quick turnaround getting everything started. So I'm looking forward to hearing how Christine can help me build this up.
Absolutely. So let's get started with what did you do before this? And have you owned your own business before?
I have. My business that I still have, and before this was Delamata Designs, which is an event design and event planning company.
Oh, cool.
So I've been doing that for, I guess, 15 years now. And though I love it, I needed something that gave back to the community.
I love
and that I felt like I was giving to others. So that's kind of the brainchild of where Daydreamers came from.
That's fantastic. And are you still doing the design business?
I am.
The event design?
Yeah.
Now, how did you get customers for that? What sort of promotion did you do?
It is a totally different can of worms. For that, it was typically word of mouth. So you do one person's event and people go to that event and they love it and they tell their friends. And I really did no marketing for that company.
Oh, wow.
I did list on the Knots. I started that business when I was in the city, and it was much easier to get customers when you're in the city because it's such a larger bag that you're pulling from.
Though you're also a small fish in a very large pond.
Yes. And I did, I released that company again up here. I closed it down when I had my first son 8 years ago, and kind of, I guess 2 years ago, started doing it up here, and it took off fairly quickly. But I was still missing a part of my soul, which is this. So that is kind of where we're at now.
Well, that's great.
Thanks.
So how would you describe this business? How would you describe Daydreamer Studio?
Daydream Studio to me is a place that encourages like-minded creative people, entrepreneurs, small businesses to share what they do with other people. It's, I don't want to say a community center, but it's a place where people, I feel like in the last couple of years, there's been, whether it's the political climate or whatever, a movement for people to start coming together and getting off their technology all the time and actually being with people physically and connecting and creating with their hands again. And so this kind of came from my need for that, to be and learn from people and hear people's stories. And that's kind of the essence of what this is.
Now, I know it's brand new, but in terms of workshops and events and things that you host in the space, since it sounds like that's what it's really for. It's not like a retail shop or anything like that. It's a space to host events. Where do you see your ideal mix being between things that you put on and things that other people come in and put on in the space? Sure.
So though I'm very crafty, that is not my wheelhouse of teaching people it. So it's really getting other artisans and influencers to come in and share their stuff. And I'm just providing them the vehicle to do it. So they give me their descriptions of what they want to teach. I put it on the website, and then it's their baby. They market it. I also help to market it. They, interact with the clients that they come to their shows, their workshops and seminars, and they, host it themselves.
So it sounds like a lot of who you need to reach right now is the people who would be throwing events here.
Yes.
Okay.
And as well as getting people to come to the workshops and seminars, which has been the hardest.
So that's two prongs.
Yeah. So we need to find leaders and influencers to run the stuff, and then we also need to fill the seats.
Yeah.
And that's the trickiest part, is to fill the seats. There's a plethora of talent up here, so that's not been the challenging part. The challenging part is getting people to buy the tickets.
Getting people in the seats. So now you're open to different types of workshops, different types of events, it sounds like. But if you could decide, if you could kind of say, here's what I want more of, universe, here's the sort of things I'd love the calendar being filled with and the sort of people who I want to see at these events, what would your ideal be?
As far as leaders for the workshops?
As far as both. Both, yeah, each.
That's a really hard question. I think that I don't really have a set of what I want. I think that it's important to offer a huge variety. I mean, so we have, farmers offering, making holistic things. We have technology leaders teaching about, how to align yourself in social media. We have...
Oh, I know someone who could do one of those.
Oh, yeah, really? Come on.
Come to my workshop in Cross River, you guys.
Should be on the calendar
soon. We should actually talk about that.
Totally.
Let's do that in March.
So it's important for me to offer a very wide range of stuff. We have meditation experts. We have, we actually have kids classes taught by kids. Because I think that it's important to teach them at a young age to feel the power of leading a group of their peers and to encourage them to not be shy and that their passion of what they do matters to the people around them.
That's incredible.
So those are things that we're going to be doing as well.
So it sounds like it's less, even though it can be this as well, it sounds like it's less of a crafty makerspace thing and more of a learning from your community space. Yes. So I guess community would kind of be your keyword.
Yes. There. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, definitely a craftiness of it, but yes, it's kind of, it is whatever someone wants to make of the space, how they want to use it.
Now let's talk about the space itself. So I know that you have a room in the front that has 2 large tables and chairs. Do you see most of it being in there, or do you see?
It depends. We really kind of made the space sparse so that the leaders of the seminars and workshops can really make it their own.
I love that.
So if they want to use the lower level with the 2 long tables, they can do that. If they want it to be a more intimate setting where they sit on the couch and they pull up some plush chairs and they only have like 4 people attending, then they can do that too. Like it's really is their space. Like it's not mine. It's everybody's space.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that that's really nice. Okay, and that's definitely, and my friend Robert wants his daughter to teach a class there.
Oh, good, yay!
Though he's deep into Jersey, but you know what? It's a lovely drive. It's Northwest Chester.
It's not that
far. But yeah, okay. So let's see. So clearly, we want to convey community and bring your ideas and one of the things is, do you have stuff on the calendar for February? I know you just opened.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
We have, our February is pretty full. March is getting there.
Oh, great.
And every day, I mean, I felt so humbled because every day people are reaching out to me and bringing me their ideas. They want to lead a workshop, and we have somebody who wants to, she teaches vocal lessons and singing, and she wants to basically break down the songs and like what the meaning is behind.
Oh, that's
and,
lovely.
So there's really a influx of really interesting people and what they want to share with everybody.
That's great. Yeah. So if someone wants to present a workshop here, do you have a form, an application form on the website?
We do. If you go to the About Us page at the very bottom under the workshop leaders kind of section, there is a form to fill out.
Great.
They can go in.
Is that form through your website provider? Who do you use?
Squarespace.
Squarespace, perfect. So do you have that form also as a tab on your Facebook page?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to suggest a couple things right off the bat. You should have, you can create a Facebook tab. In fact, I can do that for you before I leave. Okay. You can create a tab on your Facebook page and call it Apply to Host or Host a Workshop or something like that. And you can embed that form and it will go to the same place as your Squarespace. Have you been building a mailing list?
Only through our site. So at the very bottom, we have, join the mailing list. And so I think
you can put that on your Facebook also.
Oh, good. Yeah. I mean, since Monday, we have, I think, 85 people have joined the mailing list. And then it's, what do you mail out to them?
Well, in your case, it's pretty clear. It's the schedule of events that are coming up. I think that's fantastic. Another thing that I would definitely suggest is on Instagram, you only get the one link in your profile. Yeah. But there are third-party sites. The one that I use is called Linktree. It's linktr.ee. Okay. But there are other ones as well where you can do numerous links on there. So basically, if someone goes to your Instagram, they click on the Linktree link as your one link in profile, and it takes them to a menu of buttons for various things. So you could also put there your general website. You could put a button called Host a Workshop that specifically leads to that forum, and one called Stay in Touch.
Fantastic.
And so I would definitely do that, because for you right now, a lot of it is about connecting.
Yes.
I would certainly use the mailing list, because one of the things, it took me a while to come around to email marketing, because I felt like, well, I don't have them now. Well, not only you don't want to bother them, I also feel like, well, I delete too many emails. Plus, I want to promote other people, not myself, which I've gotten over. But then I listened to enough experts say, you don't own your Facebook following, you don't own your Instagram following. They could take it away at any second. Facebook almost is with some of the algorithm changes. There's ways to work around that, but you do own your email list. That's the only direct connection that you have to your audience. And something like this, the content speaks for itself. It's pretty clear. If you're uncomfortable, you can start out just doing one email a month at the beginning of the month, saying, here's what's happening. As you get more comfortable, you can do dedicated emails for different events if you want, but that's a great thing to do. Have you been creating events on your Facebook page for the events? Okay, good. Have you been posting those events to local groups?
Yes. And so there's one of the tricky things, though, is that I feel like I've been posting so much that I don't want to be that nudge on Facebook that, like, every time they get a ping, it's like, oh, there's daydreamers again. So it's a balance, I feel like.
Maybe get into the habit of doing it, like, once a week. And promoting several things at once in that one post. But I definitely think those are great, because Facebook's algorithm changes are prioritizing groups now. Because what they want to do you know what I'm talking about with Facebook algorithm changes? So Facebook has just announced it's going to dramatically reduce how much content gets seen from pages and publishers, and really increase stuff that encourages human interaction, and that applies to humans too. If I post something that's just to be passively consumed, most of my friends won't see it. If I post something that encourages engagement and discussion, it'll get seen like crazy. So that's the name of the game on Facebook now, and Facebook owns Instagram, so it's going to follow suit probably at some point. Instagram is less algorithmic. Are you considering Twitter, Pinterest?
We have a Pinterest page.
You have a Pinterest, that's great.
We do, which is, of course, the fun part, because you can just find pretty stuff. We have Pinterest, we have Instagram. I am not a fan of Twitter.
That's fine. So. You do not need to be everywhere. Now, in terms of Pinterest. You're painting pretty stuff and interesting and inspirational stuff. Are you putting anything up there from this place?
I have not, no.
Okay, because that could be interesting. Are you planning on blogging at all?
I have never blogged. I've been told that I should blog, but no, I have not yet.
It might be an interesting strategy, and you can get there. Right now, you're up to here because you're opening a new business. But it might be interesting and very simple. To just do a write-up of each event after it happens. So you can say, we hosted this event. Here's a picture, and here's some of the key takeaways from it. And that's cool, because then that is additional content that you can share on Facebook, on LinkedIn, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. That could be a really good thing to do. So you have more content to share there. But in the meantime, make sure any event in the space, get pictures.
So I was
nothing attracts a crowd like a crowd, and you want to make sure people know that things are happening there. Make sure that for every event you have, you collect those email addresses. Ask the attendees if they can be on your list. Promise that you won't spam them. Make sure that they like you on Facebook. It's not tacky to go to a business and just present, hey, we have a Facebook page. It would be great if you like it. Now, Facebook and Instagram, pretty different in terms of some people just post to their Instagram and auto post it on their Facebook all the time, and that's like all they do. That's not going to go very far, especially with the new algorithms. Again, Facebook is really encouraging discussion and engagement. So while you should continue doing events for your events there and promoting them there, you should also really try to get conversations going. And that sounds like it fits really well with your company's mission. The mission of this space is sharing, and you want to know what people want to learn. Or you want to know what people would like to present. You want to know And you can even do random things around the topic of community. You can even say, you know, what's going on in Cross River this weekend?
Yeah.
You know, or how are you holding up with this snow day? You know, because it feels like, well, it's my page. Shouldn't I be promoting my business on my page? But that's actually less of what's going to get engagement now. Now what's going to get better mileage for you is not just talking about yourself and wanting to hear from other people.
Can you ask the people like on Facebook, on your Facebook page, like what they would like to see in the space or what they want to learn about?
Absolutely.
And so then you can take from that.
Absolutely. And you know, another thing that you can do that might be really nice is specifically saying, you know, we're about helping each other out in the community here. If you're someone who is interested to learn something, or if you're someone who's interested to share something, let's get a conversation going. Maybe we can make some matches here on this thread.
Great.
And that's fantastic, because that also is great for goodwill.
Yeah.
Because you're not saying patronize my business.
Yeah.
You're saying I'm here to help other people connect with other people, and I'm kind of out of it.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we want to be.
And that is beautiful. Yeah. So it's perfect because it's on brand and it's the right thing to do.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, because I don't see Daydreamer as mine.
Yeah.
Like, though I created it, I feel like it's everybody who comes here. Yeah, so that's
great.
Totally line up.
Now you have a beautiful, adorable space. It has charming antiques. It has all sorts of wonderful things going on here. So you've got a crazy amount of Instagram fodder.
Yes,
you have great light in the space as well. So I would, just so you have them in your back pocket. Hey, Maria's in the next room. Mwah, we love you. I'm here for the Westchester Bloggers and Influencers meetup, and we're just kind of ducking out. If I were you, I'd go around and just like stock up on all the Instagrammable little cute moments. The house behind us, is that for like birds?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know. It's amazing. There's a million cool little things that you can put around here that you can just get a bunch of pictures. Okay. Don't post them yet. Post some of them, but have them in your back pocket for when it's slow.
Okay.
Because it's much better for you to, especially given what you're going for in the space, post pictures of events that are happening.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all, in advance, you know, if you have a picture of someone who's doing a workshop, or if you can like artfully arrange things in a way that sort of like implies the subject matter, that's great too. Okay. But what's really going to get it is people enjoying the space.
Yes.
And once you have that, that should take priority over look at this charming object, because your whole thing is about life. It's about community and people
connecting.
Videos
Okay.
are really good on both Facebook and Instagram. On Instagram, they can only be 1 minute long. On Facebook, I mean, you could even do some Facebook Live from during an event.
That's true.
So
videos are huge right now.
Huge. A Facebook Live from during an event would be great. Don't like give away the farm, but the fact is maybe when the person presenting the workshop is sort of giving their intro at the beginning, you could sort of live that. Yeah. Or maybe at another point, you could, you know, while people are in the thick of it, people doing, people talking, people engaging. I mean, clear it with the presenter and clear it with the people who are in it first, definitely. But that would be really good because, first of all, Facebook Live has good reach.
Yes.
Second of all, it shows activity and things really happening. Instagram Stories is good for that as well.
I don't know about Instagram Stories.
Yeah, I had not been playing with Instagram Stories until recently. Someone told me I should, and now I'm a little bit addicted.
No, I have to check that out.
It's a little dangerous, but it gets really fun, and it's a good place to show lively stuff. And it's video-based. You can download it now. So if you do get a little like 10-second snippet, that's kind of awesome in your Instagram story, you can download that. You can highlight it on your Instagram profile so people can go back to that one again and again.
Oh, awesome.
You can download it to your phone and re-upload it as a normal Instagram post because your story content doesn't go onto your normal Instagram. Another thing about Instagram, hashtags.
Oh, yeah. That's a tricky one, too, because I never know what to hashtag.
It's a very tricky one. I would recommend coming up with a core, very small little group of words that you own. I mean, community should certainly be one of them, it sounds like, but At the same time, millions of people are using the word community. You want a combination of ones that lots of people are using because people are searching using it. But again, small fish, big pond. Also get a couple of smaller ones. Cross River. We're near Katona also, right? Katona, Northern Westchester.
Interesting.
Things like Lower Hudson Valley, LoHUD. LoHUD is the newspaper, but that's okay. Get their eye too. Maybe they're right about you. So kind of balance.
So you do of like the area, not specifically, like you wouldn't say like hashtag daydream or studio, because you don't really have.
You could totally do that. You can absolutely do that. You can do, but yeah, definitely do a mix of high use and low use, and make sure they're relevant to what you're actually doing. But definitely use them in Instagram.
And somebody told me hashtags don't do anything in Facebook.
They don't really. Yeah, I mean, technically they work. If you click on a hashtag in Facebook, it will lead you to other posts that use that hashtag, but people don't find you on Facebook using hashtags the way that they do on Instagram. And you can follow hashtags on Instagram now. So if there's a local hashtag you want a part of, and especially hashtags like Cross River and Katona, my goodness, subscribe, follow that hashtag, because it will connect you to other people using that hashtag. And let's say there's another business that could be a really good connection for you. It shows you they're there. You follow them. Even if they don't follow you back, they know you exist now. Engage when it's organic to do so. Especially people who have the audience that you want. Engaging on their posts, commenting on their posts, exposes you to their audience, but only do it when it's for real. Because otherwise, I mean, you'll build a list faster. It's not the people you need. It's not the people you want.
It's like a full-time job, just the social media marketing.
It is, but here's the thing that I'd recommend. Here's the thing I'd really recommend, though, with the exception of what I told you about, like, take pictures of the space, which is what I recommend doing now while you have downtime. I really think that most of your social media content should come from things that are already happening. Because the fact is, when you think about it, doing a Facebook Live from an event that you're already here for doesn't actually require extra work. Taking a picture from an event you're already here for doesn't actually require extra work. And I'm all about reducing the workload of these small business owners by showing them how to recognize moments of strategic content in the things they're already doing. So don't worry about...
Don't give yourself extra work.
Don't give yourself extra work because you're already here. You just have to show people what's going on here. So I think that that'll be great. And now tell everyone your... oh, wait, another thing. One... And if anyone has questions or suggestions, let us hear them. We would love questions and suggestions. I always want more interaction on these posts. But yeah, LinkedIn.
I am on LinkedIn personally and for my other company, but I am not a big proponent of LinkedIn.
I know.
But I hear that everybody you have to get on LinkedIn.
Yeah, and I noticed even, and we're not Facebook friends, but I noticed just from looking at your Facebook, it lists your other business. It doesn't list this one yet as your employer.
No, I haven't changed that.
So this has got to be there. It's also got to be listed on your LinkedIn. And you should also connect with local people on LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn, it's a really good place to be found. People who want to give workshops, people who want to give talks, people who could be those leaders and teachers that you want here, they could find you on LinkedIn. But right now, you're not going to be findable for this on LinkedIn. Right now, if someone is looking on LinkedIn, they will if they find you at all, which I get the impression it'll be tricky too, because I'm going to guess that your profile is not super filled out with the extra pieces. If they find you at all, which they won't, they'll find you for event planning. And it's not that they shouldn't find you for event planning too. I mean, yay, other revenue streams. But they got to be able to find you for this. Your LinkedIn should explain what the heck this is, for sure. Two most important pieces of your LinkedIn profile. Two most important. It's not the listing of where you've worked. That matters. The two most important pieces of your LinkedIn profile. First of all, at the very top, your headline, the thing right under your name. It defaults to your current position and company. Change it. It should be attention grabbing. It should say what you do. You could say, fostering a creative community in Northern Westchester or something.
Nice. Okay.
You know, say something about what you do that's not boring.
Okay.
And then the summary.
Mm-hmm.
The summary section, so many people leave blank, but two of the most searchable parts of your profile are that headline and the summary.
Interesting. Okay.
Include in the summary the words and phrases that people who should be finding you
Mm-hmm.
are using to try to find what they're looking for.
Okay. Interesting.
Workshops, classes, community, learning space,
Okay.
space.
Awesome.
Northern Westchester.
It's so funny. I always thought LinkedIn was quasi a Rolodex, like
Yes,
your
it used to
I
be.
didn't realize that it was.
It was. It
Interesting.
used to be a very static
It's
place where you
evolved.
park your resume.
Yeah.
A static place where you park your resume. You keep in touch with old coworkers.
Yeah.
You only reach out when you
Yes.
need something. It's become a lot more vibrant, a lot more of a living, breathing community space. And it's a really good place to be found. A lot of people feel uncomfortable putting themselves out there on LinkedIn because it's you.
Yeah.
It's not a profile for your business. They do have
Yes.
company pages, but it's really for personal information. And so people are uncomfortable with that, but you got to do it, unfortunately, because the fact is, if
That's my homework for today.
if I haven't given you enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. But I would say really when it comes to social media content strategy, just stuff that's happening,
Yeah.
put it out there.
Okay.
Put out there stuff that's happening. It doesn't have to be a whole extra job while you have the downtime. That's why I think you should have the post ready in your back
Yeah.
pocket, the evergreen stuff for when it's slow.
Yep.
And you should kind of pull your little favorite hashtag clusters together. Put a note in your phone
Okay.
in the little note section
Mm-hmm.
so that you can just copy and paste
Okay.
when you're doing Instagram.
Awesome.
But yeah, I think you're
Great
going to be
tips.
great.
Yes, thank you.
Is your Instagram set up as a business profile?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
All right, that's very important as well. Let's see what people have to say. Robert has stuff, which is repurposing, golden rule, cross-posting. Amen, Robert, especially, and I forgot to say that, so
What
thank
is
you. So first of all, you can cross-post, like if you have a good Instagram, you can share it to Facebook sometimes.
Oh,
Don't go
yes.
crazy with it. But also, if someone else does a good picture,
Uh-huh.
especially from a workshop or a space,
Yep.
repost it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
on Facebook, I just
On Facebook,
like,
but
share
also on
it to
Instagram. Instagram, it requires a third-party app at the moment
Okay.
to
I
regram
do
it.
not know how to do that. But my
Um,
husband's a techie guy.
He can definitely figure
Okay.
it out for you because
Okay.
that's wonderful because that also adds into the spirit of this isn't yours, it's for the community.
Yes.
They're the ones who make this space
Yeah.
what it is.
Totally.
So, yeah, when people have a post of this space, and
Mhm.
certainly encourage that.
Can anybody post to my Instagram page or no?
No,
Okay.
no, but they can tag you though
Okay.
in their posts.
Okay.
But definitely ask if someone has a good post, or if someone is giving a workshop and you want to make sure that they do post about it. Ask if you can use it and then regram it because that's always great, and tag the heck out of them. Tina says LinkedIn is my second fave. Yes, love Chef Teeny. And Robert has a good point. He said, if you have a day or night open, plan a gathering yourself, inviting influencers or business people. Host it yourself to show people the place. Take pictures, video, and live stream it. Use it to repurpose your marketing, which is very smart because that's something that you can do at any time.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you have a gathering 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Where it's, hey, here we are, everyone can check out us, and you should have a grand opening.
Yeah, everybody keeps asking, when's the grand opening?
Yes. But if you do have that,
Yes.
footage from that can be repurposed throughout the year.
Okay.
You can mix it up.
Yeah.
You can even take that post that you only posted to your Facebook once. You could turn it into an ad
Awesome.
in a couple months.
Okay.
And no one's going to be like, oh, she already posted that. It's an ad.
Yeah.
You know, and video ads, best bang for your buck.
Okay.
I get competitive with that. I get to a penny. If I'm above like a penny per view, I get annoyed and I rejigger the whole audience targeting. You can go really cheap with video ads.
Okay.
It's fantastic. All right. Well, thank you so much,
so
Nicole.
much.
Again, this is Daydreamer
everybody
Studio. Your Instagram is different. What is the Instagram for it?
Oh, God, you're asking me hard questions.
Keep
Hold
on daydreaming or something?
I gotta look it up.
Okay.
This is how new we are. Hold on.
In the meantime, it is Daydreamer Studio. And that is up there.
Instagram has never stopped daydreaming.
Okay. And it's not letting me. Okay. Never stop daydreaming.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nicole.
Awesome.
And I'm going to get back to this blogger meetup. But thanks everyone for tuning in. I do this show every Friday at 12 noon New York time. I'm Christine Gritmon, Christine Gritmon Inc. Social Media. Oh, Robert wants your website address. Daydreamerstudio.com.
Yep. .org.
.org.
Yes. I have made that mistake several times.
All right. Well, everyone, keep on daydreaming, and I will see you next week.
Take care.